Opioid addiction has become a growing issue in recent years, but now one Heartland hospital is stepping in to help. The medical stabilization program for opioid addiction has been up and running at Putnam County Memorial Hospital in Unionville since February. Gail Pickens, a registered nurse and CEO of the hospital, says now is the time to combat the opioid crisis.
We lost 908 Missourians last year alone from the opioids overdoses. And it was surprising that 947 people died in traffic accidents, so that number's not too far apart. And if we continue at the present rate for 2018, we're going to exceed that number by far.
Oftentimes, though, patients on prescription opioids don't know they've become addicted to what was initially supposed to help get them better. One of the steps towards freedom is to put the patient in the hospital and begin the controlled withdrawal from the opioid, which is what this program aims to do.
So many people had no intentions and are not junkies or druggies, but they're afraid of that stigma, and a lot of people are afraid of that stigma, and that's why I think it's really hard for a lot of people to get help, because they're afraid that they'll be judged or that they'll have some kind of negative perception.
The program in Unionville is one of only a handful in the state to prescribe a drug called Suboxone, which itself is an opioid. It's a treatment that's getting more and more traction across the country as success stories pile up. Studies show that with medication-assisted treatment, Suboxone doesn't lead to the same highs, and most importantly, helps with withdrawal, allowing the patient to wean off their addiction without as many side effects.
The Suboxone medication is very good at preventing the person from feeling the cravings and the physical drive. Literally, people who are in withdrawal from opioids, they become very anxious, they'll have lots of sweats. The people in many ways think that they're dying. They feel like they are dying or feel like they are very ill. And in many ways, their body is very ill physically.
Becky Kirby, medical stabilization coordinator, says when it comes to treatment in Putnam County, patients typically stay for 3 days. They're closely monitored and are also referred to counseling if necessary. But the treatment doesn't end at the door.
And I do follow up with them on a regular basis once they leave here. So everybody that's been here, for the most part, that I know of, has been extremely happy with the program and said that Suboxone works really well for them.
Dr. Jones says he is one of 2 medical professionals at the hospital that prescribes Suboxone.
We went into healthcare to help people. We wanted to make things better for them. And so it's really difficult when someone comes to you saying, oh, I've got this pain or I've got this ache. And you want to be able to give them assistance in that in any way you can. And so for many years, this opioid has been available, and many of the future dangers down the road weren't as clear or as evident in the beginning. It's like it's a wonderful pill that we can just wipe out people's pain. And it's only after decades that we begin to see the effects of decades of this medication and of this class of drugs, how it's wreaked havoc and how it's claimed so many lives.
Dr. Jones adds that although the treatment will be difficult, the resources offered at the hospital will soon help patients live life as themselves.
We've had so many patients come in that are just genuinely tearfully grateful for what this medication and this process of detox has done for them. Literally said, thank you for giving me my life back.
Reporting from Putnam County Hospital in Unionville, Missouri, Ashley Hoke, KTVO News.